I've had the chance, as I said, to work with a lot of organizations from small kind of startups to the United Nations, and as diverse as they've been, there's certain tensions that you can't ignore. They're just going to surface one way or the other. I mean, one that probably all of you can relate to is, on one hand, we want to be innovative, we want to change, we want to embrace new technologies, new approaches, new markets, but we want to do that in a way that holds on to our core values and make sure that we're still good at something. We don't lose what we want to hold on to for everyone. So we're managing that change, stability, tension. Planning and execution. We obviously need lots of meetings and strategic plans and all of that, but all of you know that a lot of our best learning happens on the fly. And we got to figure it out as we go. And how do we allow for both of those things to happen? Managing cost and quality. Sometimes it's also speed and quality. How do you do both of those things hopefully well? And each of you, as a communicator, every day have to manage this tension between how can I be clear and candid and truthful, but also do it in a way that's diplomatic and relational. Because I don't want my truth to shut people down, but at the same time, if I'm overly diplomatic, no one really knows where I'm coming from. So I bet you if we had time and I asked all of you, you'd manage that tension differently. But if you're communicating well, somehow you found a way to find healthy tension with that. And so one thing I'd say to you is, in whatever you're walking back into this morning or this afternoon, most organizations I work with have clear core values. They have kind of, sometimes they're literally on the wall, but people know, here's what we're about. Question I have is, what's the underlying tensions? And what I would say to you is, if nothing else comes from this morning, take this with you and ask yourself, maybe chat with a friend who maybe came with you or this afternoon at lunch. When you look at a list like this, you'd say, what's our crux tension? What would be the 1, 2, maybe 3 at the most tensions that when I look at that, I'm like, that's it. We deal with this all the time. And my encouragement to you is, first of all, I use the word seeing as relieving. Just by making that conscious, just by being able to talk about it, it's like, oh, so we're not doing things wrong. It's okay that this is surfacing at our meetings. To the point, I even say to our team, if we aren't seeing these kind of 3 tensions surface in our meetings, in our day-to-day interaction, we're not doing our job. This is the tension that we actually want to cultivate, because the more that we allow that tension to be part of our community, the more we're actually going to walk our talk, the more we're going to live our values. So that would be the first step, is how do we identify those crux tensions? And if you work with others, how do I start to bring them into that conversation and make those tensions something that's actually a really good thing?